My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Slay the Spire 2 Silent Style with Commander? Oh, hold up. What's that? One early shop, two early question marks, an early rest right before elite rest. Chest question mark rest. Elite late shop. That is, like, what, 2 normal enemies? Only on the entire path? So the threat here is that we don't get enough cards, because we only see guaranteed 2 card rewards outside of the elites. We don't get enough cards to be able to take the elites or Phantom by the end of the act. So if we have the ability to deal with that with any of these, like Arcane Scroll might be a good way to deal with that. Of course, some of the rare cards are just absolute trash in your deck. How many would be bad for me right now? Like, actively bad. Worse than the base cards in my deck bad. Assassinate's better. Grand Finale I'd start to build around. Echoing / better, etc, etc. Go. Corrosive Wave is nothing in my base deck. Obviously, you can start to build around it, but if you don't find draw really quickly and you start, like, holding out for it, it can just kill you. Knife Trap, like any of the ones that demand another thing to actually work. Knife Trap, Master Planner. I can't think of any of these that I'd be really dismayed to have, though, because, yeah, Accelerant, Master Planner, Corrosive Wave, they require something to work with. Accelerant. But Accelerant will be happy to see, like, a single copy of Snakebite. Right? And how hard is that to get? I hate that I just said that, because I know that what follows is a series of 40 minutes of me questioning, why can't I get it? And it's just, this is because I said it wouldn't be hard to get at the front of the episode. I know what happens after this. The arc that the universe must tend towards to make that ironic. Dramatically ironic. Ricochet. I like Ricochet here. Largely just because it's a way to remove a huge amount of stacks from Phantom's Slippery at the start. Okay, never mind. You found the Snakebite. I don't think there's any reason I don't just, yeah, I'm going to snap Snakebite. I'm also going to take the Calculated Gamble. Oh, this is one of the reasons I like taking an early Ricochet as well. Ricochet was sharp on it for 2 additional damage. That's hot. $20 damage there. Enemy's done. Mirage, Dagger Throw, and Blade Dance. I'm going to take the Dagger Throw for a repeatable source of discard trigger. I feel like I ignore Dagger Throw so much of the time, because obviously Prepared is way better if you just care about the discard effect. But then sometimes I have a deck that dies while it's waiting for Prepared, and I've seen 3 Dagger Throws. Alright, that'll do it. Footwork. I do want Dagger Spray for the AoE access, something that we otherwise don't have in this deck, but Footwork needs to be addressed first. I think here, both Accelerant and Snakebite getting upgraded are really important for the sake of the elite. But let's think about it, right? So this elite, 2 times out of 3, is going to be a single target that I have to deal with rather than an AoE fight, right? Let's plan around it being a single target. If it's an AoE fight, I'll be using Strength Potion, Ricochet, and just normal strikes to get through it. But if it is a single target, which upgrade is better for me? Accelerant or Snakebite? Assuming that Accelerant will already be out on the field when Snakebite is played, because Snakebite's just retained until I've already played Accelerant. So Accelerant upgrades to trigger poison 2 additional times, so Snakebite would do 7, 6, 5 in the same turn, which is 6, 5 is 11, 7 is 18. If I upgrade Snakebite, it goes to 10 poison, and then it would only trigger 2 times, but it would trigger for 10 and 9, so it triggers 19 damage. And the remaining number is higher. Upgrading Snakebite is better for my damage right now. Cool. I kind of want to use the Stable Serum here, actually. I'll do it. Because I've got a big discard turn coming up. Yeah, exactly, with Calculated Gamble, so I might as well let that happen. Perfect. And draw a huge amount of cards. I retain my hand this... Right, it's 2 turns of retention. Great, so I do get to keep my neutralize for the next turn. That's really important. I was a little worried that I didn't have that. Okay, neutralize... if I draw poison, we're in a good position. Less good of a position than I thought we were, but it is lethal in 2 turns. So we take 18 damage overall in this fight, I think it was. Not bad. Candelabra, at the start of your second turn, gain 2 energy. Pretty good for this deck. Poison Stab versus Dash versus Dagger Throw. I'm not against taking a single Poison Stab just to up our poison again, because the poison triggering multiple times does mean the poison number dissipates quite quickly as well. That said, Dash would get us some defense while we aggress, which is something otherwise we don't have access to in the deck. And it would help us take advantage of the additional energy on turn 2. I'm going to take that Dash, actually. Then Accelerant is our next upgrade. Happy Flower, every 3 turns, gain an energy. I'm happy to take the spoils map here. I've only got to drag it through 1 elite and 1 boss before I can try and cash it in next floor. Also, I really want to save that health. I'm going to be resting here. So we've got a shop at the end of the act. Did I remove anything at the start? No, I didn't. Excellent. So I've got removal available at the end of the act. If I'd upgraded instead, I might have rested here and then removed this in the next shop. But because I didn't, I'll take the Choose Your Bracelet instead. Okay, this is our Strength Pot fight. Oh, Accelerant Snakebite is still how we take out the first form, though. Nice. Tough Dagger Throw. See, I can't visually tell. So you're doing 7, 6, 5, which, yeah, is 18. So 18, 8, 26. Not enough. I do just need to throw the damage, though. This is really annoying, because I want to use Ricochet. It's better for me to kill you and then use Ricochet. Yeah. I wanted them to be stunned for a turn, but that only happens if you let them die to the poison. 1, 2... Got him. Red Mask, Bouncing Flask. That's a really good way for us to top up our poison again. I don't think I need many more poison cards. I might take Poison if I see it at this point, though. Omni Slice. That's a good way to get AoE in a deck that otherwise doesn't really care to pay for AoE. I've got the other stuff I'm doing with my energy. Although Reflex and Calculated Gamble is very exciting for the possibility of actually being, like, draw positive for the first full cycle. Alright, fine. I take that. A second turn of weakness from Neutralize would be really good, but I think if I upgrade Bouncing Flask, our kill becomes so quick that I don't have to worry about that. Footwork, defend, bouncing. Snakebite Calc. Accelerant defense. And Dash Survivor. Only 8 damage to us this turn. We've got weakness on the exact off turn, but yeah, the enemy is now taking so much damage per turn that there's no way they get me down. Literally, they just don't have time to do it. Accelerant? I don't mean Accelerant the card now. I mean Accelerant the lowercase a Accelerant. Like Adrenaline would be really good right now. Thank you. Enchant a skill with Imbued. Starting each fight with Bouncing Flask might actually be sick as hell. Against bosses, that'll be really good. Against AoE fights, it'll be bad, but it'll help me against AoE fights that I'm otherwise bad at. And it's not a good card for me to play in an AoE fight anyway, so I wouldn't be able to find 2 energy to play it myself. Oh, this is perfect. I didn't remove last time, did I? I bought cards again at the shop. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, so I can skate up through here, remove there, and then hit halfway, hit another removal, and then sneak past another elite on the way out. There we go, I'll take 1 damage that turn. Woof. So Snakebite would put you up to 20, and then you would take 20, 19, 18, effectively 60 damage. That's lethal. Ooh. I think the trap here is taking upgraded Snakebite, despite the fact that it is good in the deck. I think I need Prepared, especially because it's upgraded and I've got the Reflex in here. It's either Shockwave or Removal. Shockwave, the vulnerability doesn't really matter to me. It's just the weakness. But, like, AoE weaken exists in this character. It's called Scare. Yeah, no, this is Strike Removal. Let's make the deck more consistent now. Prepared through... Whoa! I was gonna put it through Strike and Reflex. I didn't expect it to draw Ricochet. Adrenaline. Oh my god. Hang on. 22. That's lethal. GG. Oh my god. Yes, I will take another footwork. Thank you. Couple foul potions. I'm gonna be taking 800 gold this floor. Thank you, actually. If you don't mind, and if you do mind, I'm still doing it. Let's drop an Accelerant, Count Gamble to cycle until we can get down to some more poison. And that enemy dies next turn. Noxious Fumes is a really good way to keep up AoE support for poison that the Accelerant actually cares about. With a single copy of that, I think I can stop looking for other sources of AoE. Both footwork being upgraded is going to be dramatic in impact, but so would just the adrenaline, considering how often we're killing this first cycle. Double strike removal for a ultimate strike. Easily. There goes the spoils map, and we get Stone Calendar. So if I'm really late on killing it in AoE fight, that'll take care of it for me. On turn 7, it does 52 damage to all enemies. Oh my god. Whenever you apply poison, apply 1 additional poison. Thanks, kindly. Here's a foul potion for you. Here's another foul potion for you. I'll take that. I'll also take this chandelier, which I'm gonna swing from, don't worry. At the start of our third turn, we gain 3 energy. I don't have an Exos card in this deck. I would take Malaise if I saw it, but I haven't seen it, so I won't. Let's remove a strike. Assassinate's not really for this deck, nor Calamity. We could take a backflip, and it wouldn't be bad. There's nothing wrong with a backflip. I should probably click that backflip. I clicked backflip. I told you I was trying to talk myself out of it, but no. It is right to give thanks and praise for backflip. Ayo, who else was raised Roman Catholic? Sound off. Ooh, Noxious Waves here, but I also want the footwork. Thankfully, we've got Adrenaline so we can pay for these kinds of things. Got him. Neutralize actually doesn't represent that much this turn. I'm happy to discard that. Gonna be a little bit more annoying to confirm this kill this turn. Oh, no, wait, the poison occurs before regeneration. We're all good. Bowler Hat. Gain 25% additional gold, which I'm supposed to take before I click the coins, but I always forget to. Gigantification Potion. Next attack you play deals triple damage. I don't think another Bouncing Flask is needed. I think we've already addressed our damage well and truly. If I keep addressing our damage, I'm going to throw the balance of the deck off, and we won't be able to defend. I do think Deflect is probably reasonable, especially with this much dex. Like, that Deflect often is going to deflect for 10. I'm going to slide through this next fight with ease, so I don't need my HP. That said, out of the common cards that I could take, I would take a backflip. Would I take anything else? I don't think I need another prepared. If Acrobatics was still in the common set, I would click this without a doubt. Give me the Chosen Cheese. I think if I roll into the final HP with more, final fight with more HP, swap those words back around, we'll be in a much better position here. And I'm going to take the Neutralize upgrade as well, because I know you've got those 2 turns of big attacks in a row. Hey! I'll even just pre-deal with them. Easy. Frantic, Noxious, Snakebite. And full comfort there. Ooh, footwork. I love when I can just play double defend and I'm basically comfortable. Okay, I didn't draw into lethal, but God, it would have been easy to. Enemy's dead next turn. Explosive Ampule, and as much as Serpent Form and Fan of Knives are great cards, it's just Adrenaline. We don't need anything else except gas. We've demonstrated that this is already very comfortably a kill. 2 additional cards at the top of each. No. Removing 3 cards from the deck is pretty easy for me to do, though. I honestly wouldn't even be against the idea of removing the Ultimate Strike. I sincerely don't need that as much as I need the card Defend. I could even probably remove the Dagger Throw if I wanted to get real twisty about it. Fiddle. I do care about drawing in the middle of my turns, especially in that first turn. Parasol. Yeah, no, it's definitely Preserve Fog for removing 3. Even if we have to add Folly, that's fine. 1. I will go Dagger Throw and Ultimate Strike, honestly. I do think the defends are going to, especially just because of the 2 footworks, they're just going to consistently be better than actual trying to damage the enemy cards. Okay, I do care about shops on this floor. Unfortunately, the best paths to go down do not contain the shops. I'll take this one over on the left and just spend out my money quickly. Snakebite. I don't need to draw past that point. I do want to upgrade the calculated gambles as well, because there will be turns like that where I don't need to use them, and saving them for another turn could be huge, especially against Eon Glass. Strength Potion, Tactician, additional energy from discard. I don't think I need to be halving the price of all things at this point. I think that's not really going to help us. Secret Technique, pulling a specific card from the draw pile is huge. I kind of want to take that and a removal, but I can't do that. So let's go Secret Technique, Catastrophe, and Backflip. I can't play all the cards I want to play this turn. 17. Yeah, 10 damage, 2 max HP loss there. Catastrophe plays. Adrenaline calculated gamble from draw pile. Yeah, that's pretty good. Get a footwork out there, and then all prepared, discarding the 2 Sly cards. Nice. Give me back that Bouncing Flask. Perfect. Haze. Sly, apply 4 poison to all enemies. Only because it's a Sly trigger of poison application am I happy to take that. Because a lot of the time I'm just slying past a huge amount of cards in the first cycle. Such as I will be here. Secret Technique for the other Adrenaline. Let's... Perfect. Huge. 32 poison on the first turn, enemy's dead second turn. Without needing to do anything else. Oh my god, if it's upgraded, yeah, I'll take the prepared. I wouldn't have taken it if it what? I didn't want to click the powers. That's annoying. Would I have clicked attack instead? Because the other option was attack. I probably would have clicked powers, but I can't tell you that for certain. At the end of combat, upgrade a random card. Yeah, it's nice, but also powers cost 1 less. I don't really need that, but it would be handy while I cycle through the deck the first time. Let's take that, and then I'll upgrade it, and it'll be innate, and it'll save us a lot of energy. Oh, Gigantification Potion for a rare power. Thank you. Tool of the Trade or After Image. I feel like Tool of the Trade is not necessary for me. It would help me with the second cycle of Eon Glass. It did help me with the second cycle of Eon Glass. Bag of Preparation, 9 cards in the opening hand now. Thank you kindly. I want Mad Science upgraded. I want Adrenaline, and I want not Gigantification. The Catastrophe. All right. Mad Science, not just Fumes. Grand. A lot of poison from there. Cool. Let's get the Adrenaline. All right, 23 damage to the old body then. We found our feet. And... perfect. Second cycle is going to comfortably kill. Although I probably have to rest before the boss now. Leg sweep, thank you. I don't have enough weaken. That leg sweep is pretty much exactly what I needed. Lose 15 HP right now. Oh. Draw 2 fewer cards at the start of each combat. Only because I have both Bag of Preparation and Ring of the Snake. This one makes me big. Oh, I am quite big. Big lady. Do I catastrophize? That is usually the order of the order of thoughts. There we go. Hello, accelerants. Drop some adrenaline. Footwork. Keep going. Keep going. Backflip. Secret technique out. Ricochet. Sorry, not Ricochet. The snake bite. Yeah, you aren't dead yet. Hang on. Bouncing Flask? Okay, perfect. That'll do it. Cheech! Mango! Raise your max HP by 14. Between the chosen cheese, the big mushroom, and the mango, we're pretty healthy again. I was living in fear of our lack of health. No more fear. Thank you, Catastrophe, for cascading a bunch of cards. Perfect. Alright, I think that'll do it. Front line's dead, back line now. Just keep him weak and keep him... what's the word? Defended against. Sure, there's a better word for that. That one I actually am. Snakebite, Catastrophe, perfect. That's the kind of damage we need. Tracking. Weak enemies take 50% more damage from attacks. We don't really attack enemies, so no. Perfect. We'll rest for 30 full HP points. Entering this fight stronger than many Ironclads do at 93 health. Mad Science. Let's start with Catastrophe and see where it gets us. Interesting. I'm gonna Secret Technique out a Count Gamble to get past that Wither and also play Reflex for additional draw. Deflect. Well prepared through... Beautiful. Play these 0 costs. 1, 2... I'll Cure All for the additional draw. Great. What a lovely hand full of cards. Calculated Gamble. I know most of the rest of the deck has these Adrenalines and the Tacticians, so I know I have energy left in the draw as well, which I'm looking for this turn so that I can help defend. Let's leave it here this turn. Get rid of that Wither from this hand. Perfect. Backflip a couple times. Let's Snakebite, Bouncing Flask. Drop a Deflect and then... Ooh. I will Reflect here. Yeah. Playing an additional card generates the Wither this turn, which is then going to go into the discard pile on a turn when I was already comfortably defending. The fact that we are a deck that is all about defense and discard really shows its strength here against Eon Glass, who's, yeah, just not going to have a good time. I think that's what you call the old Jeej. This one's going to be a little tougher, test subject here. Not least of which because of how many skills, rather, I'll be playing by myself on the first turn. The hope, of course, being that we get all the way down to lethal. Hopefully. That'll do it. See? Easy. Now the thing is I need to start up a new poison cycle every time he comes back up. Thankfully, with the footworks, we should have more than enough time before he actually outscales us in terms of damage. I'm gonna elect not to use Secret Technique this cycle because it's an incredible card. I don't need to use it right now. That's tough. I've already got the weaken on the enemy, so I don't need that neutralized in the sand. Beautiful. Hello, final form of the test subject. This one's a little tougher. I think it's just Bouncing Flask Defend is the best thing I can do this turn, because poison's at a premium, right? I just need to apply every point of poison I can. I want it... I was going to say I want to be able to keep this haze in hand, but this prepared in hand, but I don't think it's a good idea. I did keep it in hand, and it turns out it was actually a really good idea. So I'm glad I did. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, it's Secret Technique for Bouncing Flask this turn, and then I apply the Snakebite next turn. It retains this hand. I think that's GG. GG. Hey, what a goddamn convincing run, hey? Legitimately, like, from the discussion before Arcane Scroll to Arcane Scroll to the immediate fulfillment of Snakebite, and then just go, baby. I think also I was very mindful after finding a core version of this deck that was comfortable and working. I was very mindful to include reasonable side cards like the Dagger Throw, for instance, and things like that, and Dash. Even if I didn't end up using them for the entirety of the run. And then also I was cautious to only include cards that had negligible deck impact after the point, like Adrenaline, Prepared, Backflip, Catastrophe, Secret Technique. They technically count as additional cards in the deck, but they don't make the draw harder, right? Tools of the Trade, they make the cycle significantly easier. It plays as though there's 20 cards in the deck when you've got enough of them that draw plus something. G god dang G. Look at that. Combo, Elite Hunter, Stuffed, Cha-ching, Money, Flawless, and Speedia. For the moment, my name? It's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire 2, top left. This is a series playlist for all my content on the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations are down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out of the thank you, and a special thanks this episode to Seamus. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.